You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, ring that notification bell whenever I go live, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And this is a breaking news alert, as Damian Lillard has requested a trade from the Portland Trailblazers. Now, the number 6 overall pick in the 2012 NBA draft averaged 25 points a game, close to 7 assists, over 769 regular season appearances with the Portland Trailblazers. He has spent his entire career in Portland. But after months of back and forth, Damian Lillard has made this trade request. This report has come from several prominent media outlets, including Chris Haynes and Shams Charania of The Athletic. The Miami Heat and the Brooklyn Nets are two teams that are reportedly high on Damian Lillard's services. Now, me personally, I think Damian Lillard should go to the Milwaukee Bucks. If somehow Damian Lillard could find his way to the Milwaukee Bucks, I think that the Milwaukee Bucks would be serious, real serious NBA title contenders. And because you have a lethal combination of inside presence and outside shooting. Now, for me, the key would be they would have to give up Drew Holiday. They might even have to give up Chris Middleton, because and probably like some picks, or maybe even have to throw a third team in the mix to acquire Damian Lillard. But I think him going on the Milwaukee Bucks would make them a real threat to win the NBA championship, a serious threat. Also, as far as the Miami Heat go, Tyler Hero will have to be in that trade scenario. I don't think there's a way for the Miami Heat to acquire Damian Lillard without having to give up Tyler Hero. Maybe Caleb Martin. There's going to be a bevy of players. Oladipo just got traded back to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, and maybe they might have to give up Bam also. They might have Bam Adebayo might have to be given up. So, one thing about the Miami Heat, they do have draft and player assets that Portland can choose from, in my opinion. So, if there's any scenario where Damian Lillard ends up on the Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo will not be in Miami, or Tyler Hero will not be in Miami. Because what you don't want to do, you don't want to be in a situation where you're basically emptying your depth to acquire a star player. And then a lot of times, more often than not, we see teams just empty out their depth to acquire a star player. And they have no bench. And then next thing you know, they have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to acquire talent. That's what's going on with the Phoenix Suns right now. Now, in my opinion, the reason why Damian Lillard wants out of Portland is because he's felt like the Portland Trailblazers have not done a good job of putting a team around him to give them a chance to win. Now, they re-signed Jeremy Grant to a 5-year, $160 million contract. Now, do I like Jeremy Grant? Yes. Do I think he's a capable player? Yes. Is he worth $160 million? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then they re-signed Drew Eubanks. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, those moves don't move the needle for Portland to contend. And Damian Lillard saw the writing on the wall, and now Damian Lillard wants out. But part of that too is Damian Lillard's fault. When you decide, if you want a team around you, that means you can't go out here and secure it back. That's the same problem Bradley Beal had in Washington. They basically give these guys keys to the franchise. They make them face of the franchise. The franchise basically back up the Brinks truck for these guys, only for these guys to want to leave. They want out. So and then I have to go back to a time when that yellow tooth chrome dome extraordinaire and LeVar Ball was a thing. What's up, y'all? I see you on the building, Gideon, Alex, Hiron, Sean, Ojikor. Salute to all y'all in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. When LeVar Ball was a thing, he was right. He was absolutely right about how Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum wasn't going to win a championship. He was right. Much I don't like that yellow tooth barnacle head. He was absolutely right about his assessment. So his career, yes, he has had game-winning shots in the playoffs. But Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers has not played in the NBA Finals. Their ceiling was when they lost to the Golden State Warriors in 2019. So this is where we at. This has been his ceiling. Great talent. Look, I love Damian Lillard. I'm a fan of Damian Lillard. I think he is a monster. But as much of a monster Damian Lillard is, in my opinion, a couple things he needs to adjust if he wants to take that next step. If he wants to realize his dream of becoming an NBA champion. One, he has to adjust his shot selection. Sometimes his shot selection is very questionable, especially when it's not going in. Right? So he's a very capable shooter. And when Damian Lillard is hot, that man is damn near unstoppable when he gets hot. But at the same time, if he can adjust his shot selection, if he can be a better defender on ball and in pick and roll situations, I think wherever team Damian Lillard lands on with another competent superstar or another competent star player, wherever team he goes to, that team will be an instant NBA Finals threat. And if he goes to the Milwaukee Bucks, because to me, that's the team he should go to. He should go to the Milwaukee Bucks. You got arguably the best player in the NBA in Giannis Antetokounmpo, who can play on the inside, right? And you got Damian Lillard, who is a lethal threat on the outside. That two-man game right there is going to cause problems for teams. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think Damian Lillard, wherever team he lands on, whether it be Miami, Milwaukee, because it cannot be a team that's that's resetting. It can't be a team that's resetting. All right, I don't think Damian Lillard is going to want to go to a team that's resetting, nor the Portland Trail Blazers is going to do Damian Lillard like that by going to a team that's resetting. So it has to be a team that is contending for NBA championship. And it will not be a team in the Western Conference. So anybody that's talking, oh man, you need to go to the Lakers to join LeBron. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Portland will never trade with the Lakers. Never, ever, 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 ever. Right? He will not go to the Phoenix Suns. That will definitely not happen. No. He will not go to the Denver Nuggets. So if anybody that's sitting up there telling you that, or he's going to go to a Western Conference contender, yeah, probably not going to happen. He's not going to go to San Antonio or OKC or Memphis, none of the goddamn teams. He's going to go to a team in the Eastern Conference. And there's only 3 teams, in my opinion, that qualifies for Damian Lillard's services. That means it's going to be either Miami, it's going to be Milwaukee, or it's going to be Brooklyn. But that's my thing about the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn is not in the is not a team that's going to contend for an NBA championship. They're just not. So Brooklyn Nets, yeah, that's not going to happen. He's not going to go to Brooklyn. He's not going to go to Washington. The Bulls are nowhere near title contenders. They just signed Nikola Vucevic to a $60 million deal, so that's not going to happen, right? The Boston Celtics, I don't think Damian Lillard wants to go to the Boston Celtics. So the only 2 teams, in my opinion, that make sense are the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. Now, me saying all this, could he end up on another team that I did not talk about or did not even consider? Absolutely. What I'm doing right now is just, brainstorming in real time different scenarios that could possibly happen. But yes, anything can happen in the NBA. Philadelphia, oh, you know what, Josh Johnson, that's a good one right there. Philadelphia, that's a good one right there. That's another team that and salute to Josh Johnson for that take. I like that take. Philadelphia, that's definitely a possibility. Maybe a 1-for-1. Maybe you have Damian Lillard go to Philadelphia and James Harden go to Portland. But I suspect James Harden gonna want to go to a contender or whatever like that, right? But anyway, the only 3 teams I can see him going to are Philadelphia, Milwaukee, and Miami. And the only 3 teams I can see Damian Lillard end up going to. But yeah, then the only 3 teams. It's not going to be Brooklyn. It's not going to be Chicago. It damn sure ain't going to be the Charlotte Hornets. Not going to be Orlando, because Orlando's going through a youth movement. Washington's building around Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. So this is where we at on that. But if you ask me, I think he ends up on the Milwaukee Bucks. You guys let me know what y'all think in the comments section down below. As soon as this video is over with, if you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms, ring that notification bell. whenever I go live. And if you want to donate, there's my Cash App, there's my PayPal. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate everyone that's going to tune in later on, whatever you're doing. Be safe out there. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me.